Alright guys, just a little update on the Scout. So as you can see, it looks quite a bit different than the last time. Excuse the mess around it. Working on other projects currently. Just picked up a square body Suburban, working on as well. But back to the Scout. So it's currently sitting on the Blazer chassis. The fenders aren't bolted up, they're just sitting up there. But it's on the Blazer frame. It is about where it's, let me zoom out one. There. It's about where it's gonna sit height-wise. Sitting on, so the Blazer frame and chassis, I did a 2.5-inch lift on it because I needed new upper control arms, ball joints, shocks, bushings anyways, so the lift was cheaper. But it's sitting on 2.5-inch lift. Mickey Thompson 33 1250 15. It's got some 15-inch weld wheels that actually fit the 5x4 3/4 bolt pattern. They're not, no spacers or adapters or anything, so that was cool. Found those on Marketplace. I think I gave 70 bucks for all four, so pretty good deal. But sitting here nicely. I'll zoom you back in. Ooh, there we go. Sitting in nicely. So as you can see, the transmission is missing from back there. Currently got it out on the ground to get rebuilt. Got the soft parts in from Oklahoma Transmission Supply and got the hard parts on order. They should be here this week. I got the front end just mocked up so that way I can measure how wide a radiator I need. But I think I found a 3-core one from Speedway Motors with an integrated fan and tranny cooler, so that'll work nicely. As you can see, it does sit quite a bit further back in the Blazer, so I had planned obviously to cut off these body mounts, and I'll cut the frame right behind those horns, and then fab up a bumper because it is a little bit higher than the Blazer was as well, so I'll fab a bumper to kind of cover that gap. But yeah, what other progress have we made? So yeah, the body mounts, it's a big thing. So I decided to go with 3/16 steel. This is 1.5 by 3 inch, cut down to 45 with a bolt or with a hole through it. And then I'm utilizing the factory body mount holes. So I've just run a grade 8 bolt through there, and then got some universal rubber bushings and washers off Amazon. Ooh, focus, here it is. And so I'll bolt those holes through. Let me show you kind of what I'm talking about. So a hole will go through there, and then we'll weld on the frame. So that's how I'm doing those body mounts. And then I've got another set of those for the inner body mounts that are right behind this wall. As far as the rear, so I'm sitting, so this is 1.5 inches, right, because it's a 2x6. So it's 1.5 inches wide, and we're just barely clearing the shock towers. We're not sitting on them yet, but the 1.5 inches gets us right off of those. And so I've gotten some 1.5 inch, 1/4 inch tubing cut to size, and I will bolt that through, right through the where the shock towers are, bolt it into the frame, and then bolt into there. And then on the rear, again, excuse the mess, but on the rear, I will use the factory mount right under here, and then fab it up straight down to the bumper. The only thing I had to do to clearance was, if you see, I kind of got to cut the pinch weld and push it back just so it clears the frame. I had to do that on both sides. But yeah, looking good. It's got a good, the front's got to get aligned, so, but it's got a good bit of stick out to it. It's not too much, not too aggressive. It's about, 1.5 inches on each side with these 12.5 wides. But yeah, we are coming along nicely. I got the radiator on order. I got the steering shafts, so thanks to Pratt's Workshop for how to do that. So I've got the steering shaft parts on order, so I'm gonna cut the, you see the Blazer one down there with that boot. So I'm gonna cut off the original shaft, U-joint, some double D shaft, and then another U-joint at the Blazer steering box. Yeah, I got that on order, that, and then for the rebuild kit, I've got a low-car shifter to mount on the back. That was pretty pricey, but it is what it is, so I'll go with it with all the electronics and all that. But yeah, just wanted to kind of give a heads up to where we're at. What else? New radiator hoses, belts, all that. The oil filter relocation. I was gonna just get rid of the oil cooler, or I did get rid of the oil cooler, and I was gonna get rid of the oil filter relocation and just mount it directly to the engine, but you can't because the differential is in the way. So that's got to mount here, and I've got a piece of tubing cut, rectangular tubing, to weld in between here to not only stiffen up the front frame, but to give me a mounting place for that. So yeah, it's pretty crazy that the diff is, is literally in the way of the oil filter. What else? Got all the harnesses cleaned up. This is my lifting mechanism, an old U-bolt plate. Lift the body. Got all the harnesses cleaned up, so all the ABS is gone out of here. The airbag circuit is gone out of here. One thing to note though, if you are going to do this swap, so again, this body was a 95 Blazer. If you are going to do the swap, the master cylinder off of the Blazer is too long. It won't fit, so you got to find a shorter one. So I got to buy another one of those, but I think from an actual S10 truck is short enough to work. But yeah, coming along nicely. We'll get the interior done. I'm gonna get a exhaust shop to reroute the exhaust outside of the frame, so that way the passenger isn't cooking over there. Still got to remove the clutch pedal. I should be able to use the factory throttle and brake pedal. Yeah, so a lot of change happened at one time, but a lot of big stuff. Looks pretty good right now. Like I said, those fenders aren't bolted together, so don't worry about the gap. But and then still deciding on what color to paint. But yeah, that is where we're at on the body swap. And any questions, of course, comment down below. Let me know what you think.